Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity.
Ready when you are.
We are still in the Raymond Manor, and I wanted to take a look around, at least as far as we're allowed to go, without
Not a
stealing
problem.
or anything, just looking around. Raymond's servant. Lord Raymond doesn't like it when his servants talk to his guests. Okay, Lord Raymond, the skins are so bright and red it looks as if someone has taken the time to polish each fruit individually. Okay, so they have a lot to do here, apparently. Just a moment. My microphone is making some problems lately. Basically, I sometimes only hear from the right. It's not my microphone, it's my headphones actually. Because sometimes I only hear from the right side, and usually it's fixed by connecting it to my microphone. Sprigs of dried lavender and rosemary infuse the kitchen with a fresh aroma. Alright. I think I just have to buy a new headphones. Because those are, yeah, it happens all the time now. Yeah. Anyways, I'll just leave it at that, and then I'll definitely have to buy new ones. The labels, all perfectly angled outward, boast an array of fine vintages. However, they're all coated in dust. Yeah, I'm not gonna steal anything here. Let's see if we are allowed to go upstairs. Raymond servant, the old serving woman regards with you bleary eyes. Begging your pardon, but I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to return downstairs. Visitors aren't permitted on the upper floor. Backhand her? No, alright. I'm not here to give you any trouble. Let's go back downstairs. Well, I just wanted to know if it was allowed. Let's go. Okay, next stop would be House Terminal. It didn't say that we have to talk to them, right? Expert on awakenings, heirloom press plates, cliffs, endless paths, Durants, and a dare to the records archive. Place of misery and madness. Oh yeah, well, that's not here yet. Find the tower. And travel to Deerfoot Village. Yeah, that will be later on. Deerfoot Village. I still have to do some quests in Defiance Bay. Let's go down here to... Yeah, like I said, to this place. Also, we have some ingredients that we can take. Oh, Isabel? With a name. Maybe I want to go back and talk to this Isabel. Or jealous for the Palzer Crystal Bar. Okay, nothing and him as well. Yeah, I'm not going to read through that. I guess those are the same. Yep. Alright then. What do we get? Oil. Alright, and here... There isn't so much as a spot on these oranges. Alright. Ark of the Goth. Okay, same. Let's head inside. Alright.
Hail, traveler.
The burly guard eyes you wearily. I don't recognize you. What business do you have with the House Terminal? Loot the place, no. Tell me about House Terminal. It's an old and respected family. Much of Defiance, space, prosperity is due to Terminal business activities. Now, do you have any further business here? No, farewell. I will see you out. If the only other option is to attack them, then I'd rather not. Then I'd rather leave, to be honest. Animancer, Naden. Yeah, let's talk to those guys. Huh, interesting, Naden.
Hello.
A woman stands in the shade of the garden, muttering to herself. She's fixated on the pages of a large and well-worn tome, seemingly oblivious to the blooming flowers and the cool, fragrant breeze. She only looks up when your shadow crosses her page. Do you mind? I'm rather busy. What are you so busy with? She snaps her book shut. I'm studying soul attachment. We all know that souls move into people at birth and out of them at death, but we still have a lot of questions about what makes them stick, so to speak. What do you mean about making them stick? She brushes a stray lock from her forehead. Souls power bodies and give their tissues life, but only when they're firmly attached. It's separation that leads to a whole spate of soul-related ailments, including the Hollowborn. But if we understood how to reattach the souls, we could end Waidwin's legacy, maybe even conquer death. She scratches behind her ear. That's the theory, anyway. Unfortunately, I don't have all of the research I need to put it into practice. Well, what exactly do you need? There's a manuscript called the Theorems of Pangram. It contains research from Pangram's experiments on detached souls. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries is rumored to have a copy in the Elder Archives. I think we have to go there anyways. Pangram's work is considered to be one of the more daring animancy texts, not something generally circulated among novices, nor easy to get a hold of. I wonder if we might have a peek at it. Theorems could advance my research by leaps and bounds, but Grimda, the High Archivist, worships Whale, which means she has some paradoxical views on sharing and restricting knowledge. And since she's not exactly a proponent of animancy, she tends to restrict the kinds of information that would be useful to me. Maybe she could be persuaded. You're welcome to try, but you wouldn't be the first. She sighs. Anyway, I should probably get back to my work. Could you tell me about yourself? I'm an animancer at the Sanitarium. Currently, I'm researching matters related to Waidwin's legacy. Anything else? She looks eager to return to her studies. Waidwin's legacy, we already talked about it. Alright, I'll leave you alone. Farewell. Go to the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. It's in Copperlane? Ah, yes, of course, I remember. We've been there. This is leading to that other. Okay, doesn't want to talk. What is it? I'm looking for a neighborhood with a tower. It's near a cemetery. Best you stop looking then. The place you want is Heritage Hill. You can see the tower over the district walls out that way. The Justicia points to the northwest. But something happened there. They don't let people in anymore, and none of the knights want to be posted anywhere close to it. Steer clear, if you know what's good for you. Where are the Mad Captain defines Bay? Only place around here that takes them in is Brackenbury Sanitarium. I've heard they can treat your soul there, take the madness away, but there's just as many stories coming out of that place that'll chill your blood. There's a man, if you want to call him that, Ethelmer there. He's head warden. If you're visiting, you're checking yourself in, he's the one to talk to. Okay, thanks, farewell. Enter the tower in Heritage Hill. Heritage Hill. I'm not quite sure where no, it's here. Heritage Hill, alright. But we go back to Copper Lane for that quest. And then we have few other places to take care of. Addendum edit. Sanitarium. Alright, we've not been in here yet, so let's go inside before we head back to Copper Lane. These charming windows are reinforced with iron bars and a double thickness of glass. Alright. These charming windows are okay, the same. Let's go inside. Alright, there we are. Then we talk to that guard. Sometimes we get people in here trying to make trouble for the animancers. Well, I'm not here for that. The table is set with an assortment of leaflets and booklets with titles like Practical Benefits of Animancy and Soul Adjustment for the Well-Adjusted Soul. Nobles, Animances. Verna, you have a name. Maybe we can talk to you. Nope. Apparently not. Yarmeet? Nope. No one is able to talk to me, apparently. What your soul may be trying to tell you. Oh, we can actually look at all those books here without stealing. Animancy in the modern age, alright. Well, if you allow me to take all of these books, I won't say no to that. They apparently don't care. Head Warden Ethelmore. What? Statue. A well-maintained statue of a middle-aged man presides over the room, looking down unblinking over the bustle of harried academics, pestered by the hopeful desperate. A strong warmth emanates from it that you could sense from across the room. There's a human soul stored beneath the stonework. You feel its attention turn towards you. Ah, it's like the steward in Ket Nor. It has been some time since a watcher graced these halls. His voice echoes deeply, rumbling the floor beneath you. I am envious of your natural insights, traveler. I can only imagine how it might have helped my work in life. Now, what is it that has brought you to my sanitarium? Um, I'm curious as to how you've come to be in your present state. In the statue, you mean? Well, he loves. I was old, and it seemed wrong to me, a lifetime spent in pursuit of discovery, only to lose it all in death. Somewhere, someday, I would wake up in a new body none the wiser and pursue a different course entirely, all that experience wasted. If we are ever to unearth the principles behind our existence, it will be in spite of our condition. Of that, I am quite sure. To live on as part of something I helped build seemed to me a better legacy than what nature had in store. The transfer itself was quite simple as our techniques go, and for that I am grateful. Playing with souls is far easier to accept when they are not your own. I do miss being able to take an active role in the scholarly efforts here. Now and again, one of our animancers will humor me and consult over some problem, but they are a jealous breed and are too often afraid to collaborate. If you are considering it yourself, I can tell you that it isn't for the easily bored. Okay, can you tell me about the sanatorium? A history lesson? This is a rare pleasure. Most come in here only concerned with cheating, death in one way or another. We are an old institution as Durwood goes. This is our 94th year. As with many cities, the growth of Defiance Bay brought with it a host of problems. One of the worst was that those born with, shall we say, ill-favored souls came to populate its streets in droves, thus the sanitarium. Brackenbury was a natural fit. It was growing, but there was also a lot of money here back then. This place owes its survival to the curiosities of the wealthy more than anything, I think. Our founding, our founding came at a time of great suspicion and animancy, much like today. So much progress has been lost in the mishaps of a few careless practitioners. But in time it was forgotten all, as all things are. Since then we have been at the forefront of animancy's resurgence. We have played host to many gifted researchers and pushed the boundaries of our knowledge in ways never thought possible. Some of the first safe transferences were done here, and we have pioneered work in soul purification, lineage analysis, preservation. It's really quite a list, if you'll pardon my pride. Today it's, well, I can't say it's exactly the same. There's been some push to shut us down. It comes from Durwood's more excitable denizens. Most minds are more passionate than thoughtful, I'm afraid. People see this legacy and they see it involves something they don't understand. So it's natural for them to suspect people whose understanding exceeds theirs. It looks to them like we're hiding something. We have a representative in the palace this very moment defending the entire science of animancy at a hearing before the Duke. Absurd as it sounds. If it does not go well, it could be the end of animancy in Durwood. I fear Avar may be swayed by all this unrest. Irrational though it may be, we shall see. Does anyone here know anything about awakenings? There's an animancer on the lower floor who came all the way from Ravia to study them. Take the stairs down and look for Balasage. Okay. You may have a member of the Leaden Key in your midst. I wanna at least say it. Ethelmore groans and the stone around him shudders. I could have done without hearing that today. Many have their intrusions been into our affairs. Of course, one can seldom be certain whether they've meddled or whether calamity has struck on its own, but a few of the less skilled infiltrators have been exposed from time to time. They are a perpetual nuisance. Once again, I am reminded of how envious I am of your gifts. I suspect they would be of some use in verifying one's identity. You are at odds with the Latin key as well, I take it? Uh, they are up to something, and I'm trying to determine what. They are always up to something. Of that you may rest assured. If their plots have come to involve you, you have my sympathies. Do you have some idea of who this person might be? Uh, I won't know until I've met them. Right, I have to use my... Now I have to use my watcher senses on them. Very well. In that case, I would recommend you speak first with our resident animancers. They have frequent interactions with both patients and colleagues. You find them up here or in their offices downstairs. You will report anything suspicious to me immediately. This is my only request. Of course, farewell. Alright, I'm going to talk to all of them here. Let's talk to Verna. Reach out for the soul. Strange okay, that's... Of course, will take a moment, because we have a lot to read here. You sense a strange dividing this woman's soul as an unnatural boundary between two opposed wills. You see the woman pausing by a roadside to hand something to the driver of a stopped wagon. These herbs should help with his party sickness, she tells him. You can find more along the road, easy to spot with their serrated leaves, but avoid the ones with the green berries. It's a different species. Toxic. He thanks her and offers her coin, but she waves him off, explaining that she's merely doing what her order asks of her. He nods and she heads off down the road as he begins to hungrily consume the herb. You see the woman searching alongside the road now, the wagon just up the path, and you realize you have skipped backward in her memory. She sets eyes on a plant with serrated leaves and green berries. She picks several handfuls, tearing the berries off one by one and tossing them to the ground. She nudges them off the path into the brush quickly with her boot without looking down, as if to hide them from her own sight, before striding back toward the wagon, hands outstretched. Question the animancers about suspicious activity. I mean, I can't talk to her. Okay, maybe I have to talk to those guys called Animancer. Speak with Head Warden Ethelmore if you wish to make an appointment with one of our Animancers. Alright, I'm not quite sure. Well, let's see if we can talk to those Earmit. You see a dark room with garish furnishings, a large bed covered with pillows, several couches and expensive rugs. This man is sitting in a chair pushed against the wall of the room opposite the door. He is dressed in dark clothes with a black cloak wrapped around his shoulders, its hood pulled close around his face. Shadows fall across him, the darkness rendering him virtually invisible. Two other men wait in the darkness with him, watching the door. All three are motionless. Noise from the crowded common room below echoes up through the floorboards. The handle rattles. A man staggers in, dragging a young woman with him. The two standing men exchange a quick glance, one of them tilting his head and shrugging only slightly before jumping to the task at hand. One steps forward, grabbing the girl's wrist, wrenching it from her escort's hold with one hand while pushing the door closed with the other. Then that hand is over the girl's mouth before she is even aware she's in someone else's arms. He takes a dagger from its place on his belt and draws it across her neck. He holds her still, waits for the struggles to stop. The other standing man has already subdued their target and now tied to a chair, arms and legs bound with a rag stuffed in his mouth. The girl, no longer moving, is placed under the bed, the man who dealt with her taking his place beside the other. They stare down at the man screaming against the cloth, but the muffled sound is unheard over the raucous noise of the crowd below. One of the men begins murmuring softly, putting his hand under the chin of the man in the chair. There's a brief flash of light and the man stops struggling, a suddenly placid look in his eyes. The two captors ask various questions that the bound man answers happily. After they finish, the two look to the man sitting against the wall. He is not moved as the events transpired before him, but only sat, silently observing everything as it happened. He stands holding the cloak closed around himself and nods to the two men. He then walks to the door, opens it only far enough to allow himself to exit, and leaves them to finish the tasks. Okay. Some killing, but I'm not sure if that is connected. Alright, I can't talk to those people who are called animancers. The only thing I know is that this guy is involved in killings, and the other one here is involved in I don't know how to call this, alchemy, or not alchemy, plants, basically. She knows about plants, I guess. Another book, Eight Deer Customs. Alright, I'll take it. Books we can sell, that's always good. Have I been in this room here? Sorry, my nose is still a bit. Can I ask you, this man's soul was torn asunder by a biowac. Oh, really? As you can see, the patient is unresponsive, common after the soul trauma. Oh, he was also stone upon the patient's forehead. The table is set with an assortment of leaflets and booklets. A portion of his soul was recovered near his body. We used the stone as a vessel for transfer. Can you hear me, Oswin? The patient's eyes slowly open before a panicked, wild expression washes over him. Unfortunately, the extended dissociation has permanent side effects. The patient becomes more agitated, grunting and moaning as he tugs at his bonds. With further research, we're confident that we'll be able to rehabilitate patients like Oswin. Can I talk to him?
Hail and well met.
A bald man with a crooked nose gestures in demonstration over the still body of a patient before a small gathering of interested onlookers. Feeling your gaze, he pauses his discussion. Have you come to sit in? I'd like to know more about the Sanitarium. He gives an eager nod. It's the mission that attracted me here, the treatment of the disturbed. No one else seems to care about them. Here, they've worked wonders for them. I've seen people cured of insatiable hungers and uncontrollable urges. I've seen the crippled walk and the dysphoric smile, all within these walls. The thought that the Duke could put an end to it with a single order, it keeps me up nights. Okay, can I talk
Good day
to
to you.
What is it you do here? Close as we are to the Glanfelden wilds, we get a number of biowac maimings every year. Survivors dealing with complications from exposure. This fellow here is a severe case. His essence is a mere whisper of what it was. I am early in my research, only beginning to understand how they work. But in time, I hope to find a way to protect people from the storm's effects.
Hail and well met.
Do you know anything about awakenings? I'm afraid that's not my area of expertise. Alright, he doesn't want to talk more. I get it. Another book, St. Waden's Farmer become God. Okay. Let's see. We still have to go downstairs. There's nothing else, right? There's no way upstairs, yeah. This patient of rolling forest glen has a strangely soothing effect. Oh, I didn't check out this bookcase. The midwife's memories. Oh, I'll take it. Alright, let's go downstairs. Alright. Why is the music here so eerie? Yeah, it's really a bit scary. Feels like I'm being attacked at any moment. Bella says. The strange device seems to thrum with power.
Good day to you.
A woman paces back and forth, her feet crunching on the soft red carpet. She gestures and mumbles to herself, shaking her head as she pores over pages of notes. She almost walks into you. Accuracy, here I am. Looking so hard for answers in my research that I do not see the kid standing in front of me. What can I do? Have you noticed anything unusual or suspicious here lately? No. What do you do here? According to my research ground, I study awakenings. Oh, that's the one. Supplementing pre-awakened souls has been one of Animancy's greatest successes, and I am working on a method to replicate the process on awakened souls. She gnaws at her lip. But the truth is that I find a few suitable subjects here. Only few. Waydwin's legacy has left plenty of awakened souls, but most are too broken for study. She sighs. I fear I will return to Revia with nothing to show for my efforts. Well, you're in luck, I have a volunteer. She springs to the balls of her feet, beaming. Gillard, who is it? Alof's lips curl into a frown. I don't know about this. She grins more broadly still. Don't be silly, the process is perfectly harmless. All you must do is stand in that cage. Oh great, I beg your pardon? I jest. You adherents are so uptight. I do not even know what the thing is used for. It belongs to the last occupant of this office, I think. Now they upgrade him to a cell. Again, I jest. Okay. She rubs her hands together, getting down to business. So I need you to sit here. She takes Alof. Alof? Ah, yeah, of course. I was thinking of like... I'm sorry, Alof, but it's gonna help you. But the shoulders and steers into the couch and try to relax, but don't try too hard, then you will not be relaxing. Indeed, his eyes are humorless. And you must also wear these, a little cold, but the copper will help conduct your essence. The animator fastens thick copper bands to Alof's forehead and wrists. As she wrenches them tighter, his face twitches with suppressed irritation. Now, I will examine your soul through my scope. She reaches into her desk and produces a long chambered tube. Knob styles and small-toothed wheels run along the side of the device. It is fitted with AJO lenses cut to different thicknesses and concavities. By manipulating them, I find the angles and densities that will allow me to track the anomalies in your soul. How exciting! I've never seen the sort of thing performed. Kana peers at the device with interest. It seems suitable complicated. Does this mean we'll get to talk to Ilsemir more? I like that lady. She raises a finger. But first we must find this cunning interloper. He will answer some personal questions while I make adjustments. Sagani pats his arm. Don't worry, I'm sure we won't hear any of it. Alof squirms on the crotch. Very well. She holds the scope to her eye and flicks a knob. To begin, tell me something personal, something from a time before your awakening. There's nothing to tell. I was just a normal child living in Sithwood. He looks to you, his face is set in a frown, but the rigid edges of apprehension show through nevertheless. Well, can you talk about your parents? As you speak to Alof, you feel your voice like a bell in your chest. It tolls softly, luring him into the mists of his own memory. Belishesh doesn't seem to notice anything, but you feel as if your words are smoothing his essence, untangling its many threads. He closes his eyes. Mother is away most of the time, with the Thane's family, but I always know when she's coming home. Father's bottles accumulate like storm clouds on the horizon. His fits of temper become swifter and more violent. It still shames him, knowing that her heimneck to another man supports us better than his labors as a steward. What does heimneck means? Is she having an affair with this guy, or just, I don't know, like dealings? I have no idea what heimneck means. This is good. I'm starting to see something. Continue. Tell us about the time you awakened. She bites her tongue as she twists one of the dials. I am in my 5th year of training. Mother is home. I can let my guard down a little because when she is around, he is usually only angry with her. But he has heard that I have had trouble casting missiles, that my flame shields are unstable. He is furious that I have failed, and Mother's presence reminds him that he has failed too. The first blow takes me by surprise. One moment I am sweeping the kitchen, the next I am sprawled on the ground, stupidly looking at flecks of my blood on the tile. His boots, glistening with fresh polish, thud across the floor. He kicks me in the stomach, and I curl up to shield my vitals. But it's pointless. Protecting one thing only leaves something else exposed. Still huddled on the ground, I retreat as fast as I can. I retreat until the vision of the kitchen at my own trembling knees is nothing but a pinprick against the field of black. His jaw locks and his eyes twitch beneath their lids. I will have to end the episode here because we're at 30 minutes. Sorry for the cliffhanger, so to speak. But, well, at least you'll be happy to see the new episode tomorrow. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Pillars of Eternity. Until then, bye bye.